Hey guys, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Shaylor.
And we're the Tomorrow Guys. And we just want to introduce to you a Fantasyland dark ride suite of videos that we took on our last trip. So we just want you to enjoy them. And then afterwards, we're going to come back and talk to you about our impressions of Disneyland's Fantasyland dark rides. Enjoy.
We're here this morning, starting our day off the best way possible at Peter Pan. And then from here we're going to go to Alice, and then Mr. Toad's, and then Pinocchio. And we just love taking these dark rides out early first thing in the morning. Do I want to do this way or upright?
No, that way. Always like a TV.
Come on, everybody. Here we go. Up to Neverland.
There it is, Wendy. Second start to the right, straight on
Autofocus on this is just not good.
Adventures in Wonderland began when I followed the white rabbit down the rabbit hole. All of a sudden, I fell. Down, down, down.
Oh, looking for the white rabbit? Well, how about the road?
Oh, Mr. Rabbit, wait, please.
It went this way. No, that way. I need a really important thing. No, I didn't know.
Now this is curious. Toji Wood.
Lost, perchance? This way. I'm not sure where I am either.
Wait, don't go, please.
He went this way.
I'm ready to cheer, Michelle.
because we know.
Your Royal Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, and the King.
Shall we play croquet?
Rule 42, the Queen always wins.
With their heads! Off with their heads! Stop this!
Birthday cake too.
Frutto del paseo.
Hey, do something goofy with Toad. Ready? Do something goofy with Toad.
My friend, Jay Thaddeus.
What?
My friend Jay Thaddeus.
Yeah. Go have fun.
I believe that Bodhi is urging you to calm down. To enjoy your sleeping time drink, please remain seated with your hands, arms, and
take the back, and I'll take the front again.
Hello, friends. This is Jiminy Cricket with a few safety reminders before you board. Remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. Oh, and if you're traveling with children, be sure to watch them. Well, looks like their car is on the way. If you need anything, just listen.
Is that effect screwed up?
What's happening?
So you enjoy being bad. Shut the door and lock the door.
Hurry, let's get out of this place.
Folks going somewheres.
Hey, look out, you monster! Well, sir, we've made it.
Figaro, Clio, Pinocchio's home. I'll be Fantasyland.
On the wall.
This disguise, I pulled that on.
Whoa. This is scary.
Yeah, the boss Didn't like this ride.
Have an apple, Kitty. Fresh, huh? Taste the apple.
So there you go. All 5 dark rides. Peter Pan, Mr. Toad's, Alice in Wonderland,
Snow White, Scary Adventure,
and Pinocchio. So let's just go by each one. Let's start with the best.
Yeah,
Peter Pan.
I think most people would say Peter Pan is consistently has the longest line.
Yeah.
And what's really cool about Peter Pan is the fact that you hang in a pirate ship.
Right.
And when they originally built that ride, Peter Pan wasn't actually in the ride, and so the idea was that you were going to be Peter Pan in the pirate ship.
Ah,
yeah,
that's cool.
And so they didn't have Peter Pan in the ride. You were Peter Pan experiencing Neverland in that journey.
I'm learning something.
Yeah. And so, but then that confused people for a while because they didn't really get it. So they ended up putting Peter in the ride.
And I think the music's great. I mean,
sure.
yeah, come on, it's just it's a great piece of music. I mean, it's pure fantasy.
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland, maybe the second best out there. I mean, that's my opinion.
Probably.
Yeah.
They redid that one about 3 years ago and put some projections, and they actually redid Peter Pan too. But the projections in Alice in Wonderland really enhanced it. And I think for me as a kid, going to Disneyland and just seeing a Fantasyland ride that had a second floor, and then coming out right across from the Matterhorn, like that was just the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, and it's the only one like it in the world. They don't have anything else.
Yeah, there is no other Alice in Wonderland dark ride anywhere.
I got to go to my wife's favorite.
Oh yeah, number 3.
Yeah, Mr. Toad's, and some people don't like it. Most people do. We have one.
It's
friend.
Classic.
It's a classic, but it's a kid ride. But the ending of it, as you saw in the video, it ends in hell.
So be responsible when you drive.
That's right. Yeah, be responsible. But it's just funny. I just think it's funny, and it's a fun ride. I mean, it's hard to video. I mean, so but it's a fun ride.
And then you have Snow White, Scary.
I'll go Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Let's go Pinocchio, and because Pinocchio I think it tells the story. Mm-hmm. That probably tells the full story. Peter Pan and it probably tell the full story of the movie the best. I think.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Probably.
I mean, Alice kind of does, but I think that those two really tell the story. And I think Pinocchio does a great job.
Going back to Mr. Toad, a lot of people have never even seen it. You need to go. I think it's on iTunes. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Yeah. So if you want to go see that ride, would make a whole lot more sense if you wouldn't watch the film. And it's only like 30 or 45 minutes.
Basil Rathbone that narrates that. It's anyway. It's really cool.
Yeah,
and do it.
But Pinocchio,
I left.
Great.
I wanted to leave Snow White Scary Adventure to the end because I think it truly is the scariest ride in Disneyland.
Yeah, you think?
Especially for little kids.
So you think it's scarier than the Haunted Mansion?
Yes, for little kids. I really do.
I had some friends that went out there a couple months ago with little kids, and that ride kind of traumatized their kids. Yeah. So just, if you're parents of some really young children, especially if your children may be a little bit more sensitive to things like that, just be careful. You may want to, it's really a quick ride through, a quick queue. So, if you wanted to, as one parent, take your kid to go get a churro or some candy or something, you could, kind of go preview it. I think you could probably sneak that in 10 minutes if you wanted to preview it before you took your kids on it. So
I'm going to say that's the one ride I would get rid of and do something different. And the reason is because I just don't think
we don't blaspheme on this show.
No. Here's the deal. It just ends. It doesn't, there's no real resolution. It's like the others have a real resolution. And
one of those resolutions is you go to hell.
But that's the movie. I mean, so the thing is that this just ends and you come out of the woods and all of a sudden everybody lives happily ever after, and it doesn't I don't know. It's just too quick. And so I would be for it. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the Fantasyland Dark Ride Suite. We're going to put some more things like that up in the future, so stay tuned.
I'm Shaylor.
Tip for the day, and this is a repeat, but if you want to ride Peter Pan, get to Peter Pan first thing in the morning. Rope drop. And then if you want to ride Dumbo, go immediately to Dumbo afterwards.
Just if you don't know how rope drop works, let's just run through that real quick. So let's say the park opens at 9:00, right? So you need to be in line outside the gate at least 30 minutes prior to the park opening, because the park opens at 9, they will open up Main Street USA at least 30 minutes before they drop the rope. So you can go into Main Street, you can maybe look around a little bit.
15 minutes before the rope.
Well, it's supposed to be
30.
But so you can go in there, maybe even get a coffee at Starbucks, and then they will take you out right into the central circle where the Walt partner statue is with Mickey, and there's a rope there, and so you can literally be one of the first people there. And then once they drop that rope, you're supposed to walk and not run, but everybody runs, and you can go straight to Peter Pan instead of waiting in that 45-minute line. You can knock out Peter Pan, Dumbo, Alice in Wonderland in about 20 minutes,
probably. Yeah.
So, which those 3 things later in the afternoon could take you 2 hours,
definitely,
at least.
I agree.
So.
Hey, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Shaylor.
We are the Tomorrow Guys.